Hello, and welcome to this exciting session on German. My name is Vinay Diwan, and I'm thrilled to have you here today. We are going to learn German very easily. In the previous lectures, we learned German numbers. Today, we are going to learn how to make sentences very simple way. Okay, let's start. So, whenever we want to make a sentence, remember there are three elements for a basic sentence. One is your subject plus verb as object. This is a very basic formula of a very basic sentence. Okay, we'll follow this formula for a while, and then we will change to more advanced versions of sentence formation. Okay, so for example, in English we say I eat bread. Okay, so this is your subject, who does the action, then the verb, and then object. Okay. Now, if you want to make this kind of sentence in German, what we have to do? All right. So the first thing we need to understand is personal pronomen. Okay. Personal pronomen. And remember, I'm writing this word here, which is called nominative. I will explain in the upcoming lectures what is this nominative. Don't worry about it as of now. Okay. So these are basically the case systems. So we will understand case systems more clearly in upcoming lectures. So personal pronomen. So these are subject pronouns. You can say these are subject pronouns. In English, we have, right? I, you. So in German, it's ich, ich. Hmm? So we'll call it as I'm drawing a line here. This is first person. Let me draw it like this. This is singular, and this is plural. Ish. Ish means I. Or let me write it like this. Ish is I. When we say plural, it's wir. Wir means we. Okay? Now, if it is second person means you. Then you have do. Do is informal you. Like in Hindi, we have tu na. Tu is informal and aap is formal. Okay, so do, then z. This is formal you. Okay, let me write you here. Then plural, you can say z. Don't get confused between these two similar. Okay, I'll explain this very clearly. They are identified by the conjugations like the verb. So it's z means they. They all, you can say they all. Okay, means you all. Sorry, it's not they all, it's you all. Then third person. This is your second person, and this is your third person. Air. Air is for E, C, and S. S is it. Air, Z, S. Air means he, she means she, S means it. And this C, small s, means they. Okay? This means they. Let me explain it with an example. For example, I want to say, I am tired. Okay? So for I, what we are going to use? What is the word for I? I is ish. Hmm? So ish. Now am is a word. It's a verb. Okay, so we are using a verb here. We will discuss, I'll tell you which verb it is, but let's understand this is been. Ish been. And tired. Tired is your object, huh? So it's mute. Ich bin müde. Okay. For example, I am learning German. If you want to say this, I am learning German. How we'll write it? I is ich. I am learning. Kind of. This is also a verb. This is continuous verb. Just understand the context here. As of now, we will use this verb lernen. Ich lerne Deutsch. Ich lerne Deutsch. Okay. So the objective is to understand the subject pronoun in this video. What are subject pronouns? For example, we want to say we learn German. How we will write? We learn German. Now, what is the word? What is the subject pronoun for we? For subject pronoun for we is wir. So we are going to write it like this. Wir lernen Deutsch. Wir lernen Deutsch. Okay. Now let's make another sentence where we want to say um, they learn French. They learn German. Now this day is third person, sie. So this becomes sie lernen Deutsch. Sie lernen Deutsch. Clear? Now, how we will write he learns German. Any idea? What is the word for he? For he, we use er, right? We use er. So this will be, let's say we want to write he learns or he is learning German. Let's write this sentence. He is learning German. He is learning German. How we will write it? Er lernt Deutsch. Er lernt Deutsch. Okay. Now, If I want to say she is learning German, how it will be? She is learning German. So remember, what is the word for she? It's this small letter. Huh? This is, remember, do not get confused. This is a small s. Okay, let me write it like this. This is a small s. Z. This is also small s. These two are similar. And when you say this, these two are capital S. Okay? For example, she is learning German. Sie lernt Deutsch. Sie lernt Deutsch. Okay? Now, if I want to say you, like you, for example, you're talking to a senior person and you are paying, you talk in a formal sense. So let me write it as you formal. Hmm? You are learning German. How we will write this sentence now? So what is you formal? You formal is this. Sie. Okay? Sie. Sie lernen. Sie lernen Deutsch. Okay? Sie lernen Deutsch. Now, if you'll notice that with different subjects, like where we used lernen, with sie we use lernen, small s. This is small s, okay? Let me write it more clearly. This is small s. Sie lernen Deutsch. With she, we used the verb as learned. Here, we used the verb as learned. Here, we used lernen. Now, here, you will notice the verb is, the spelling of the verb is changing with respect to the subject. So, this is called conjugation. This is called conjugation. So, what is this conjugation? This means change of verb with respect to subject. Okay? Always remember. Let me give you an example. In English, we say, I eat, you eat, he or she eats, right? We eat, they eat, right? If you'll notice the pattern here, almost the verb is same. Or let's take an example of this verb, learn. I learn, you learn, he or she learns, we learn, and they learn. In English, it's like this. But in German, it is different. For example, how we will write it? It's ich lerne. Ich lerne, I learn. Hmm? You learn. And now here in English, you will notice there is no formal and informal sense of you, right? It's everyone is you. But in German, there is a concept of formal you and informal you, just like in Hindi. Okay? So you have here du lernst. Du lernst. This is you informal. Okay? Du lernst. Now, if it is he or she, it's sie, es, lernt. Okay? Lernt. Then with wir, like we, it's lernen. Hmm? If we want to say they, it's small c, or capital C, it's lernen. So this refers to they. And this capital one, it refers to you formal. Okay? So do not get confused between this C and this one. Like she and if I, for example, if I wrote like this, sie lernt Deutsch. And if I write capital, sie lernen Deutsch. And if I write like this, small z, sie lernen Deutsch. Now you understood the difference? This first one means she is learning German. What does this mean? This means you, this is formal, you are learning German. Okay? You are learning German. And this means they are learning German. Okay? So these these two are smaller s. Okay? Smaller s. So do not get confused. The only idea to understand is the with the help of the conjugation of the subject pronoun. Okay? So we will understand this conjugation in the next lecture. We will understand how we are going to make, there is a formula how we can make out these conjugations for each and every verb. It's very easy, very easy. Do not worry about it as of now. Okay? So let's summarize. As of now, whenever we want to write sentences, we need subject pronouns. So what are subject pronouns? Let's do a quick recap. Ish. Ish is I. Hmm? Do. Do means you, and that is informal you. जैसे हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, like we say like तू. I'm writing it as two here. Huh? Then er, sie, es. Hmm? This means he, she, and it. Wir is we, and then sie, small z and capital Z. This means they, and second one is you formal. Okay, you formal. Okay, I hope you have understood the subject pronouns. In next lecture, we are going to learn about the verbs, how we are going to make verbs. So remember, from my experience, this is one part we covered very easily. This is not going to change at any instant. The only hard work that we as a language learning student has to do is in these two segments. One is for the verbs and one is object. So this, like I'm using this object, but let's call it as a vocabulary. The more and more language you learn, like what do we say? How to say car in German? How to say, apple in German, orange in German, and all that is all vocabulary. The more and more German you will learn, your vocabulary will keep on building. So this is a continuous process. This, if you say that I know everything, no, this is not possible, right? You keep on learning a language for the lifetime. So the main hard work is in the understanding the verbs, how the verbs are being conjugated, and what are the different verbs for different situations. All that we need to learn in the upcoming sessions. Okay. So thank you so much. See you in the next lecture. Bye bye.